This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Peninsula Regional Medical Center.
It's one of the most common medical problems out there. A study from Harvard Medical School shows 26 million people suffer from frequent back pain.
So here's a few steps you can take to avoid the aches.
If you're lighting up, listen up. Those cigarettes are bad for your back. A study finds smokers have more back pain problems compared to non-smokers, so kicking the habit could help relieve your pain. Being overweight hasn't been proven to be a primary cause of back pain, but where you carry it can make a big difference. A lot of abdominal fat can change your center of gravity and become an extra strain on your back. Exercising and keeping a healthy weight can help prevent that. And backpacks can equal back pain. If you carry one, make sure you use both straps instead of just slinging it over one shoulder. Lighten your load when possible, and try to use different pockets to distribute the weight evenly.
And, you know, still sometimes, regardless of how careful you are, you just can't seem to get rid of the pain. So it's important to know there are many ways to treat back and neck pain. And
our next guest is a board-certified neurosurgeon at Peninsula Regional Medical Center. Dr. Gayatri Santi specializes in surgical treatment of various brain and spinal disorders. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Back pain, very common. I think all of us have had it at some point in our life. How common is it?
Back pain is very, very common. About 8 out of 10 people experience back pain to some degree throughout their lives. And as we age, it becomes somewhat more common. Not everybody who is aging have back problem, but it becomes more common with age.
And it's actually an expensive problem as well, as far as productivity.
Yes. According to 2010 annual pain medicine studies, it shows that about $300 billion of loss of money in terms of loss of productivity and loss of work from this.
300 billion.
Correct. And as far as the medical costs, pain management, surgical, non-surgical management, the medical costs are about $60 billion.
Wow. All right, well, let's back up a little bit. What are some of the causes of back pain?
Age is one of the things that happens. Our spines degenerate at a different level as we age. The other thing is our routine daily activities, the way we lift something, or the heavy objects that we carry, or the wrong way we carry, and the way we sit, and the way we bend. And smoking, like it was mentioned a few minutes ago, it's a very big cause of back pain problems.
Why is that?
I'm going to show you the spine a little bit later as well. This is a spine, how the spine looks. There are each individual bones called vertebral bodies, and there are blood vessels that come from there to go to these areas. They're called discs. That are shock absorbers. Smoking, especially nicotine, decreases the blood flow to the disc, which is the primary source for blood supply, decreases the oxygen supply. So the disc, instead of being very soft, it becomes brittle and hardened, and then it doesn't carry its ability to carry weight.
What it's supposed to do. Now, you provided us with some pictures that we wanted to ask you about. I think we've got one of a CAT scan.
CT scan.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's one of the ways you look at it?
Yes. CT scan is usually done to look at how the spine looks and the bone quality of it. And that's a lumbar spine. Typically, there are 5 bones. And when we get a CT, we look at the bones, the alignments, and the joints.
Now, what is this? This is not a CT scan.
This is an MRI. MRI is done to kind of take a look at how the discs are, how the nerves are, and if there are any changes. The first picture shows they're all normal discs. The second one, the discs looks like they're black, and one of them shows a little bulge. It's called a herniated disc.
And if you look at the nerve system from the spine, it's quite amazing. We have another picture of that. It's connected to everything.
Right. There are a significant amount of nerves coming out of the spine, going in various different directions, especially down towards the legs. And people often, when the nerves are compressed, feel the pain that's going down the legs.
When you're dealing with back pain, are there non-surgical options?
Yes. The best thing to do and take care of your spine is take care before the problem starts building up. Exercise regularly. Even if you're walking for 20 or 30 minutes every other day, do some stretching, do some yoga if you can. And if your back is too painful for walking, join a gym where there's a swimming pool. Either swim or at least walk back and forth in the pool to strengthen your back. Definitely quit smoking and watch your weight. Try to be about at least 10 pounds of your normal ideal weight to kind of maintain your spine alignment.
All right, when do we just have to go with surgery? I know there's lots of treatments, but
Right.
sometimes surgery is necessary.
Yes, so most of the back pain is treatable. Most of them come from muscle sprains or strains. And after years and years of degeneration, there are other structures that get affected. There are ligaments between the bones that become very thickened because they bear a lot of stress. They cause compression on the central structure, the spinal cord. And there be stress on the joints that could cause problems, and that would also compress the nerves in the spinal cord,
So
or disc
essentially,
degeneration.
what you're saying is we need to see the doctor to give us a better idea of exactly what's going on.
Yes, routine activities and exercise and swimming and those things don't help. Usually, typically, you see a primary care doctor
Right.
that can diagnose some of these and give you some non-surgical options.
Dr. Santi, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. That's a lot of good stuff.
That is,
there.
in the back is
you.
such a
It's
complex system, and if you'd like more information on how you can prevent back pain, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
So to come on Delmarva Live, are you in the market to buy a boat? Well, the 15th annual boat auction is taking place at the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum this weekend. Delmarva Life's Brian Spiros going to give us a preview of the event.
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, folks here at the museum are busy getting all of the boats ready. They're scrubbing them down, cleaning them, getting them ready for Saturday. When we come back, we're going to give you a preview of some of the boats going up for auction, and some of them may actually catch your eye. Speaking of which, you missed a spot up here. Just saying. Stay with us. We'll be right back.